As somatic practitioners, we're trained to observe. We observe the language of the body, which shows up as movements, gestures, micro expressions, changes in the breath, or changes in the tone of voice, even subtle changes like skin color, the color of the lips. And so, as people are speaking to me in a session, I'm always tuning in with what I'm observing, both in these kind of micro signals of what's happening in the body, but also kind of the more global picture and how my body is resonating. What is the somatic resonance of what I'm hearing? And sometimes, as people are describing something, they'll make a movement, right? For example, somebody's describing their latest time going into the pantry late at night, and they make this gesture. Right. I was just there. I was looking for things. I was looking for things. And then I'm listening. I'm listening about the chips and the chocolate and the whatever that they ended up reaching for. And then I ask for permission. May I show you what I noticed while you were describing this? I noticed this. Oh, I didn't even know that I was doing that. Well, of course, it's not your job to know what you're doing every second of the day. That's my job as your somatic practitioner to observe how is your body communicating what you are saying, what you're remembering, what you're describing. What is your body communicating about that very moment that you might have missed, right? And so I might invite you to slow down. I might invite you to slow that gesture. And let's be curious as we slow down this gesture, what arises for you? Oh, it's like I'm looking for something. Okay. And then there's this tension in my chest. Oh, I feel really alone with something heavy. Yeah, like I'm carrying something heavy and I'm really alone, right? And so I'm sitting and I'm just witnessing. I'm witnessing the person reconnecting to what the body is doing. And, in somatic modalities like formative psychology, formative embodiment, there's this whole way of, oh, that the gesture and the slowing down of the gesture can actually make space for all of this feeling. So the feeling function that we might be disconnected from, whoop, all of a sudden it's right front and center, right? And so, oh, I wonder what this is about. It's like I feel profoundly alone, and I just need something, someone. Oh, it would be really nice if I could just hold on to someone right now, right? And this is not me saying, oh, it seems to me like you want to hold on to somebody. It seems to me like you're going for a person here. No, it's just, I'm just noticing a gesture and we see what that gesture is attached to. What is the body communicating? And so, in an emotional eating, binge eating episode, the body of this person in this moment is communicating a very early need. Like this is a very early movement in our development. Right? And to that movement, there are a lot of other movements that didn't get to happen that are attached to this, right? That instead of this, instead of we've all seen a little kid go and hold on to the mom's leg, like instead of me going and holding on to my mom's skirt, that I'm left with this, right? That I'm left with this. This is not a mature grasp. This is very early. with all the fingers grasping for something that is there because what I'm actually wanting isn't there. Yeah. And so when we're in the midst of an emotional eating episode, our ability, our capacity to actually be tuned into all of the channels of our perception, all that is making the body experience in that moment, we're not able to tune into all of it. And so oftentimes our learning somatically is like I teach my students, it's like post-mortem learning. We are learning from what happened. And we so often have so much judgment about what happens is that we extinguish any possibility for learning. But what if we can learn from what happens? And so, contrary to what people believe, that in an emotional eating episode, the body is saying, "Nim, nim, 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 nim," that's not what the body's saying, right? And I really hope that you have a semblance, at least, of enjoyment and delight, at least at the first few bites of what your body is reaching for. But that's not what the body's saying. And we don't know what the body's saying. And I tell all my students, don't ever let anyone tell you what your body's saying because they don't know. We are just as much in the dark as somatic practitioners as you are until we sit down together and in the light of our collective awareness together, we can make space to see what is there that can land. But, if somebody says, oh, if you're making this gesture, it means this. You have my permission to not listen. But also, let's be curious about what this is for you in that moment and what your body is saying. Your body's always speaking. Your body sometimes is speaking about what's happening now. Sometimes it's speaking about what happened a long time ago in a completely different timeline. But no matter what your body is speaking to, or speaking from, or speaking about, your body deserves to be heard. And so I hope that if somatic learning is something that's been calling you for a while, it's usually not the first thing that people try. It's usually the last resort of like, oh my God, this is the last thing I'm going to try. And for many people, it is the last thing they end up doing because it is so helpful. It is so effective. It is so hopeful. It is so nourishing. It is so unshaming. And so I really hope that if you're interested in this kind of learning from your body, that you join me and others who are on the same journey. We have one spot in the next group that's starting, and in this email somewhere, there's a place for you to join and come on a call and find out if this is the right next step for you. I look forward to seeing you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.